Good day, everybody. How are you all? This is Dr. Nandi. Today we are going to talk about conditional probability. So without further ado, I'll share my computer screen with you. Data were collected from a sample of football fans, in parentheses capital F, and people who were not football fans, in parentheses F exponent C. Sometimes it is read as FC, means complement of F, or opposite of football fans, opposite of F. They were asked if they agreed or disagreed to the rules that NFL recently adopted to limit the injuries have been effective or not. So they were asked if these rules have been effective or not. So there are two categories mainly: football fans and not football fans. Football fans in the first row in the table, not football fans in the second row in the table. And there are two categories of their judgment. First column is agree, indicated by capital A, and the second column is disagree, indicated by capital D. We have been asked to find several probabilities. At a first look, this problem might look a little difficult to solve, but think about for a minute. The first one, for example, they're asking us to find the probability of all people that agree as a percentage of the entire group of samples. So we need to find out first what is the total number of people that agree. Also, we need to find out what is the total sample size. In order to do that, we have to add the columns first, and then we can add the rows also. So let's take care of that. Solution. Okay. How do we do the solution? So I'll copy the numbers from the table again. Agree column, which is A, and disagree column, which is D. And then we have two types of people: football fans indicated by F, and not football fans F of C. So 693 and 523 in the first row. These are the fans who, some of them agree, some of them do not agree, disagree. And then the second row, which are not football fans, and some of them agree, some of them disagree. 229 and 651. Now, in order to find the total number of people who agree, we will add the first column of data, because there are two categories of people who agree. Some of them are football fans, some of them are not football fans. So 693 plus 229. 693 plus 229 is equal to 922. I use my calculator to do this sum. 922. That's a 9, by the way. Maybe I should erase it and write it again. So this is 922. Okay. Similarly, I will find out the total number of people who disagree by adding the second column of data. Okay. $523 plus $651. And that total is 1,174. So there are 922 people who agree and 1,174 who do not agree or disagree. So the total sample size will be obtained by adding these two, total of the agree plus total of disagree. 922 plus 1174. And that gives me a total sample size of 2096. Is your N is your sample size. I obtained that by adding 922 people who agree and 1174 people who do not agree. Now I need to find out what are the total number of football fans who participated in this survey. So how do I find that? I add the two numbers in the first row, 699 plus 693 plus 523. 693 plus 523. And the total is 1216. This is obtained by adding 693 plus 523. I also need to find out the total number of not football fans who participated in this survey, and that is obtained by adding the numbers in the second row. Row is a horizontal line. Second row of data, 229 plus 651. And that is equal to 880. 880. Notice, if I add 1216 plus 880, I should get back 2096, which is our total sample size. So the sum of the two rows add up to 2096. Sum of the two columns also add up to 2096, giving me a sample size of 2096. Now, the first part, they asked me to proportion of people who are agreeing. Probability is nothing but proportion of people from the total survey who agree. And we know the total number of people who agree is 922 divided by that proportion, 922 out of 2096 who agree. And that is equal to 922 divided by 2096. And that is equal to 0.4398. Okay. So what did I do? I took the total of agreement, which is 922. I divided it by the grand total of the sample size of 2096 and got 0.4398. That means about 44% of the people agree that the NFL rules have been effective. Now let me create some space and do the other parts. Part B. This is to be read as probability of A which is agreement given, the vertical line is given. F happened first. What is F? F is football fans. Happened first. So in other words, what we are trying to find out, what proportion of total football fans who agreed, that is P, A given, the vertical line is given F. What proportion of football fans agreed? Okay. Now we know the total of the football fans is equal to 1,216. Okay. That's a larger number. Out of them, 693 agreed. So that is equal to 693 divided by 1,216 is equal to 0.5699. What does it mean? It means approximately 57% of the football fans agree with the assessment that the new NFL rules help to reduce injury. Okay. So 57%. So out of 1216, 693 agreed. That's what we have found. This is called a conditional probability. So this is a conditional probability. So this is a conditional probability. Conditional probability. Why conditional probability? Because first F has happened, that is football fans happened first, and out of them, how many agreed? That's why it is called a conditional probability. Now let me create some more space. Okay. And I will use a different color of the ink also. So part C, conditional, this is conditional, I'll write it down. This is conditional probability of A given F happened first. F happened first. This is where people stumble. They do not realize that the first thing happened first is the football fan. Out of those football fans, how many agreed? That is why it is a conditional probability. The condition here being that the people who are selected are football fans in calculating this probability. Okay. Part C. Let me, as I said, promised I'll change the color of the ink. So let me erase this. Oops. Oops. I want this and I want this. So part C, probability of agree given F of C, given these people are not football fans. What is the total of not football fans? Is 880. This is coming out of here, 880. Not football fans, okay? Out of them, how many agreed? 229. Again, this is a conditional probability. Conditional probability of A given FC, that is not football fans, happened first. And that is equal to 229 divided by 880, which is equal to 0.2602. Or what does it mean? About 26% of the not football fans agreed. Okay. Now we will create some space and do part D. Okay, so we are required to find out part D. Probability of A or F. We are going to use general rule of addition, which is probability of A plus probability of F minus probability of A and F. This whole thing is called general rule of addition of probability. Okay. So what is the probability of A? I need the table so I cannot go too far. Okay. So what is the probability of A? Okay. So probability of A is the total of A. Total of agree column is 922 out of the sample size of 2096. Okay. Plus, so let me move this a little bit. Probability of football fans is 1216. Let's remember that number. Okay. Plus total of football fans is 1216. out of a grand total sample size of 2096. Now, this is called joint probability. Joint probability A and F, where A and F join together. So remember, F is in the first column, A is in the, sorry, F. So let me move this a little bit down. So A is in the first column. So total of agree is 922 out of 2096. Total of football fan is 1216 out of 2096. And now probability of A and F, agree column and football fan row, meet at the number 699. Okay, 693, I mean. So it will be minus, and if I move it up a little bit, so the intersection point of A and F is 693. So it's minus 693 out of 2096. So let's first add 922 plus 1216 is equal to 2138. So I added the first two fractions. The denominators are same, so I added the numerators. Minus 693 out of 2096. And that would be equal to 2138 minus 693, which is 1445 out of 2096. Okay, so it is 1445 divided by 2096, and that will be 0.6894. What does it mean? This is the probability that, so 0.6994 is the probability that A happens or F happens or both A and F happen together. Okay, so there's a 68.9% chance that A happens or F happens or both of A and F happen together. Okay, so let me take care of this line through here. And let me rewrite this. Happen together. So here in this problem, we saw application of conditional probability, joint probability, and the general rules of addition of probability. If you still have any question, you can write me a note. I will reply to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button at the bottom right corner. I will see you next time with another interesting problem, interesting solution. Take care. Have a nice day. See you next time.